democracy. It had this funny effect on me, I guess. I am cancer, I am HIV, and I'm down at the Blue Jesus Blue Cross Hospital, just looking up from my pillow, feeling blessed.
Ani DeFranco here on Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. We're staying in Washington for the One Nation Working Together rally. Colin Whitehead also addressed the crowd, a student at Gallaudet University, the nation's premier school for the deaf and hard of hearing. After he was introduced by the rally organizer, Deepak Bhargava, Colin delivered his speech through an interpreter. Colin was using sign language.
As Deepak mentioned, I am deaf. I come from a deaf family. I was raised in a very deaf community. And I go to Gallaudet University, which school does not view deafness as a disability, but rather a culture. I've never considered myself a deaf person, and I consider myself deaf, but not disabled. And I will not rest until all disabled people can feel like I do, because they too are not disabled. With One Nation working together, leading the way, we too together can accomplish that. Commitment to education means making colleges affordable without having lots of debt. Increase access to higher education by having decreased affordability and depending on the resources of loans, and making sure that people have equal access to affordable resources and high quality resources and public education throughout their life, from elementary school through college.
Craig Whitehead. Labor unions were also one of the key organizers of Saturday's rally. Among the speakers, Richard Trumka, president of the AFL-CIO, the largest labor federation in the United States. Trumka's former coal miner who became the head of the AFL-CIO last year.
Hello, America. You know, you look like one nation, one beautiful nation. And I'm so glad you got to hear from the hard-working men and women who have come up here from all across this beautiful nation. There is nothing, and I mean nothing, that we can't do when we stand together side by side, shoulder to shoulder. You see, there's no power greater than what you see all around here today in our nation's capital. You know, if you watch too much TV, you might think that we're a nation full of hate, that we've turned against the values that made our country great. But no, that's not America. America is here today. America is freedom of religion. America is Dr. King and President Lincoln and their spirit living in you and me today. America is one nation, and we signify that nation. But never forget, behind the voices of fear and hatred are the forces of greed, the moneyed powers that put us in the economic mess that we're in today. So we have a lot of work to do to repair the damage that greed did to our country. Brothers and sisters, we come together today because America needs jobs, good jobs. Jobs that will support families, all families. Jobs that will give our young people paths of opportunity, not obstacles. Jobs that will allow people to retire with dignity. Jobs that provide the means to support small businesses like the one owned by Diana Ortiz, who came all the way from Pueblo, Colorado, to tell us that we need an economy that works for Main Street, so that small businesses can innovate and move America forward. We're gathered here to say that we believe in America, and it's time for America to believe in each and every one of us. You see, it's going to take something big to get America going again. And if we're going to build our dreams, turn them into reality, then we have to be bold. We have to rebuild our schools, our roads, our bridges. We have to compete and win in the world economy with investments in world-class energy, high-speed rail, and green technology so that we can fight climate change and create good jobs. And we have to ensure that working men and women have the freedom to make every last job a good job by joining together in a union to bargain for a better life. You see, that's the American dream. The promise that if you work hard, you can have a good life, earn a living wage, and a future for your children. And that's what we can do as one nation. Brothers and sisters, I want you to make a promise today. Promise that you won't let anybody divide us or turn us against each other. And promise that you'll make your voices heard for good jobs and justice and education today and on Election Day. Because we believe in America, in this one nation, this great nation. Our best days are ahead, not behind us. And we're ready to fight for it. So it's time for you to stand together, fight together, and we will win together. And we won't let anyone, I mean anyone, stand in our way. God bless you.
Richard Trumka, head of the AFL-CIO, addressing the One Nation Working Together rally in Washington, D.C. Organizers estimated 175,000 people came out on the mall in front of the Lincoln Memorial. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. We're joined now